My name is Saif Morrison, and this is This Week in Car Audio. Tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Tune in, tune in, tune in. We'll be talking about bass, talking about chips, talking about rings. You ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in, 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 tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Yeah. Tune in. This Week in Car Audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio with your host, the Judge, and co-hosted this week with Lucky Mcgovern. And our guest, once again, is Super Street 1-2 World Champion, Rob Kollar.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, how's it going, Rob?
It's good.
That's good to hear. Okay, so I'm going to go over some of this stuff real quick on the about who's coming up. Yep, it's not showing my comments. That's okay. So let me go through this. Lucky's sharing to a bunch of pages. If you guys don't want to know what he's doing, or you guys want to know what he's doing. All right. So I'm looking at here. I got this information from Celise. Let's go with the Eastern Conference Finals out of Alabama. We had a total of 94 entries. We had a total of 73 3X entries on the West Coast and 68 World Finals entries on the West Coast.
Nice.
So not too bad. That gives us a total entry of, what's that there? That is 141. Yep. 141 on the West Coast. There were 7 competitors that competed at both venues. We had Team Mini from Canada, Team FX Jimbo from Canada, Team Directronics Dan, he came in from Minnesota. We had Mel Valdez, came from Texas. We had Moses Martinez, came all the way from Fresno, that's California. And then we had Gracie Mullen. She came from Tennessee. And then our final competitor that competed in both was Mr. Rob Kollar. Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so I'm going to go back to Celise's email to me real quick. Going to post off this stuff right here. We will, they attended both. So one of the special awards we gave out at this venue was the Eastern DBDRA Ambassador. Our guest tonight was winner of the East Coast Ambassador. Wayne had a lot of good words to talk about with you guys, how he appreciates what you do in the industry and whatnot. So congratulations on that. Obvious, the West Coast, not saying anything bad about the guys on the West Coast, but Moses Martinez, he won the West Coast Ambassador. Just his energy, the guy loves what he does. Let's see here. I have the Eastern, Western. I don't have the Eastern information in front of me, but I will give you a quick rundown. Western Finals, Mel won 1K, Pro Stock 2K, Steve Willis. Team DC Angelo run Pro Stock 5K. Pro Stock Trunk 5K, Team Subsonic Pressure out of Mexico. Wall 5K, Team Senda Dave. Pro Stock No Limit, Jeff Vu, first time winning that class. Super Street 1-2, obviously Mr. Robert Kollar. Super Street 3-4, Team SSC Joe. That's the white Jose. Super Street 5+, Ray Maestas. Super Street No Walls, Team Directronics Dan. Super Street X, SSC Ron. Extreme 5K, Team SSC Jose. And 29.9 base race, Lord of Base Manny. Way to go,
Yeah. Oh, all right. I'm blocked from sharing.
bud.
We're good.
Um,
I guess I shared enough.
and then in 39.9, we have Team DC Joe. Great job, Joe. Way to come through. A lot of hard work. Not that anybody else didn't, but you showed up when it counted. Did a great job, Joe. He's out of Reno. Team DC Angelo won the 49.9 base race. 59.9 base race went to Jimbo. Cyclone No Wall. Team Mini. Cyclone Wall, that's with RTA. Team RF Brent. Cyclone Demo No Wall set a new world record again. Team Fat Boys Jose. Cyclone Demo Wall. Team Fat Boys once again set another world record in those classes. West Coast top dog champion was Team DC Jenner with, I think he had 80,000 points or something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, he just killed it.
Yeah. It was awesome.
In Bagger Beats, Kyle, Flex Issues Kyle. No, that is incorrect. Bagger Beats would be not Kyle. It'd be his son, Chris. Yep. So I need to let Celise know we got to correct that. And then Fat Boys Jose in Cyclone class. That was for the points champion. Oh, sorry. Points champions. It still was Chris. Which we'll get into later. Our deathmatch winner was Ray Maestas. Dude, good time on that deathmatch for sure.
I was gonna get his ass. He's lucky my shit went down.
We wanted to do the officiating staff: Wayne Harris, Doug Stockton, Jeremy Kramer, Jeffrey Fernandez, Ray Choi, and Kimo Kilola. And then special shout outs, Gary Killian and Leslie Killian for doing the barbecue. Appreciate you guys. Andrew McCain, he hanging around doing a bunch of photos. Whole bunch of other miscellaneous awards. Sponsors of the event, Def Bonts, ring sponsor, Incriminator Audio. Trophy sponsor, Sundown Audio. Badge and competitor badge sponsor, Incriminator Audio again. West Point sponsor, B2 Audio. 3X sponsor, DC Audio. And Deathmatch sponsor, Limitless Lithium. They gave us $1,000 to give out to the winners of the Deathmatch. So that's just a quick rundown of all the stuff happening on the West Coast. For you guys that didn't know, you'll be able to see a full article about it in 12 Volt News coming up, the next article they come out. All right. Now we got the preliminary stuff done. Rob, how's the drive going, buddy?
It's long, but it's good. It's good. It's good.
Okay.
I'm tired. I think I want to sleep like a week when I get home.
Yeah, I can only imagine, dude.
Yeah.
Long drive.
Was.
So are you gonna check out that video, the deathmatch video from Josh C2's page? You want to wait till the end, or
we're gonna wait till the end to hopefully yours is gonna upload.
What are we gonna get into? Yeah, I'm hoping, man. So the deathmatch was awesome. I'm trying to upload it to the YouTube video.
Look what I got.
What do you got?
2021 World Finals.
Did it upload?
Did you label it 2021 World Finals?
That would be correct.
And then I see it, that's 10 minutes long, and then there's another one that says "Smoked My Subs."
Okay, so let me look right now. So it did work. Yeah.
So one's got an intro that says "Smoked My Subs." Which one did you want?
Well, they're both the same. It's just that one has the thumbnail picture, but I think that's going to get more clicks. The 5-minute deathmatch, Smoke My Subs, but either one, they're the same videos. Just I use the thumbnail for that one.
Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward this thing to just about the end, though.
Yeah, dude, that right. So I mean, the highlights of that event for me personally was the top dog with Angelo and Chris Jenner, and then the death match. I've never done the death match, I told my wife, I said, hey, you got to hang out and film this, dude, because it's probably going up in smoke. We'll see, and if not, whatever. But I called it. but I was surprised. I was really surprised that it handled it. You know, it went all that way until I don't know what it was, like the last, I don't know, 45 seconds or somewhere in that ballpark. Up until then, though, it held strong.
Well, I'm looking at right here. There was 43 seconds remaining, and you were still going up.
Yeah. So shit. Yeah. Damn. And I think I pulled it. What was the highest score on there? To 0.9. What was
54.
It? 53 or 54.9.
You got to 54 point something.
Yeah, I think 0.9, and then
no, 54.1. I think is what you were.
Yeah.
Well, really? I
Yeah.
thought, oh, okay. Well,
No, you were 53.9 for you guys. We'll get to it when it comes time.
Gotcha.
So hold on just a quick second. I'm going to pull up my YouTube and see if that works. YouTube. And go ahead and keep talking, guys. I'm trying to get the YouTube fixed here.
I tell you what, it was cool. It's been a while since I've seen the death match. I didn't get a chance to be a part of watch the one in Alabama, but I tell you what, it was exciting. Ray told me, he says, man, he says, I was sweating it. He says, I was giving it everything at the end. He says, I was giving it everything it had. So,
yeah.
You know, guy in pretty much a no-wall setup with 3 18s going against something like what Ray's got.
Yeah.
Y'all both did awesome. Everybody did a great job. It was exciting to be there and kind of be in the middle of it. I appreciate the opportunity, and y'all did great. Both y'all did. Everybody did great.
Yeah, I was nervous, dude. My heart was beating, and I thought Ray was just toying with me. You know, his system is super loud, and I thought he was toying with me because, you know, we're going 1/10 and then he go 1/10 and then I go 1/10. So I'm like, he's just toying with me. You know what I mean? He's going to wait till the last minute and then just rail it and get me, you know. But when we got done and we were driving home, he called me up and he's like, I thought you were going to fucking get me, man. I was giving it everything I had. I go, I was too, obviously. And, you know, but it was fun, man. I had a lot of fun with that one. That was one of my highlights right there.
No, it was very cool.
Wayne Harris actually said that was the best death match he's ever witnessed.
Yes,
so that was cool. Yeah,
definitely. So Rob, really, the main reason I got you on here is I'm not saying anything bad about East Coast or West Coast. I'm not really trying to start something between East and West or none of that stuff, but one thing we did talk about when we were out here at the World Finals was, guys, if you ever get the opportunity to go east, or the guys from back east have an opportunity to come west, it changes your perspective on the people that are on the opposite coast. And I would like you to speak to that a little bit, Rob. I like what you said about it.
Yeah, you know, it was more than just the opportunity to become the world champion. You know, we had to go to both. Win both. But I want to see what was going on the West Coast. You know, we hear all the time about it. West Coast ain't as loud as us, and we always hear that crap. And
you've heard that before?
Yeah.
You've heard that you guys aren't as loud as the West Coast?
No, we heard the West Coast not loud. But everybody complains, you know, and talks about they really don't talk down about the guys on the West Coast. They just make it known that you guys ain't as loud as the East Coast. But let me tell you this. Anybody watching, I went out there. And number one, the people are freaking phenomenal. I love it. But these guys are loud. Every one of you guys are loud. But almost every one of you guys drive your vehicles daily.
Yeah.
East Coast guys can't say that. Not all of us. Very few of us. You know, drive it daily. You guys drive your stuff to work, to home, to the grocery store.
Right.
So it's a whole new perspective of what you have going on the West Coast. You guys have as much dedication, as much commitment and pride in what you do as what we do. People like me, we just build these SPO monsters, you know, and you guys got to go against people like me. You know,
right.
Is it fair? No. But you guys have as much pride and honor and integrity and everything else that goes into this as we do. So you guys are great out there. I love it. And it was one of the best things I've done in the last few years.
And I would like to mention also what Dan Horner, right? He came from Minnesota, and he competes with you guys back east in a lot of stuff. He's
Yep.
definitely, I mean, 173 in the no walls vehicle. That's, I mean, an insane number. And he came out here and he goes, I've never seen so many vehicles that are not purposely built just for DB drag.
Yeah.
He goes, I expected to see trailers everywhere and guys, and the and even with the numbers that I'm seeing out there, still expected to see the trailers. He truly thought he was coming out here to see not as loud guys, but purpose-built vehicles. So he was expecting to see the turnout like they do back on the east with the trailers and I mean no interior and whatnot. With the super street cars, guys not having seats in there or any of that stuff, and
Yeah.
that wasn't how it was. And he
No,
was really
not at all.
surprised.
I think I seen 2 vehicles that was
Purpose
purpose
built.
built.
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
Three.
That little extreme one there.
Yes.
Yeah, that was Ron.
That was it.
Yeah.
Out of
Yeah,
all those people.
Yeah, SSC Ron.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, with the Escort. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's the feel out here is so different than what we feel. When we get together, we're friendly, but we're about knocking each other's heads off.
Mhm.
Out here, people didn't know me. The first day, I had people asking me, "Hey, you hungry? You want to eat? You want a beer? You want water?" I mean,
You want a little?
we don't do that. Yeah, or that. but everybody, I mean, not one ill word that I could see. It was just, I mean, it's crazy. So after the first day, I was like, okay, I feel a little comfortable. Then I started partaking in some of the food. Man, these fools could cook out here.
Hey, Jeff Boo's wife.
Yeah.
She lays it down.
Yeah.
So, but everybody, I mean, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, somebody was offering us food. Every time we just walked by, they'd snatch us up. Hey, come eat, come eat. So, I'll say this: anybody on the East Coast next year, if this happens again, or if you get a chance to come to a satellite finals or whatever, I would consider taking a trip out here to do that because I mean it's cool. It's cool. It's a long trip. Don't get me wrong, but man, it's a whole different feel, and I love it.
Steve Herman said he changed your name to Callie Collar now.
Callie Collar.
You can call me anything you want, West Coast, but don't call me Collar.
So
but, yeah.
I love your post too. What did it say? Goodbye, Callie. You suck, but the people are hella cool.
Yeah.
Well, you don't say hella back where you're at, but we do out here.
Yeah. But yeah, we crossed over to Arizona. I was actually letting one of my guys drive for a little bit. And so I posted that up. I seen Arizona. I was like, by Cal, yeah, I had to. But
where was you guys stuck at? I seen all that crazy trail. You just bumper to bumper. Where was that
that
at?
was on our way there. We was north of Bakersfield.
Oh, you were north of Bakersfield? So he was coming into the south side of Selma, Fresno area.
Yes.
So I was thinking it was like
a semi-truck rear-ended a straight axle big truck that was full of something and crushed a little car. And there's celery all over the highway for like 2.5 hours. We sat there. My guys were out. There was everybody's in the street talking to each other. My guy looked up in my side view mirror, and one of my guys was looking in the car or talking to somebody in the car next to him. I'm like, dude, really?
Yeah.
He says, well, they was asking me what was happening. I tell you what, my guys, they work for me. They're my employees. They were friends first.
Mm-hmm.
These guys have not shut up about you people out there. Has not shut up. They have. They love it. They're going to remember this forever. So to memorize that, they're not around. So I think I'm gonna see if Solis will let me order 2 extra rings for them.
You
for
can.
the West Coast. What?
You can.
I can.
Yes.
She said it was. She told me the price. I said that's fine. So when I get back and let her decompress, I think I'm gonna order 2 rings, one for each of them. So that's something they'll remember forever.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
That's hella cool. Yeah, that's a good boss right there. All right. Hey, before we get going with some of this more stuff, remember there's some cost associated with doing this show. If you would like to donate to us just to help us out, cover some of these costs, we appreciate it when you do. We got tips for the host. That's at Venmo at SonicFX, SONICFX. Our Cash App is $SonicFX, SONICFX, all one word. You can just put tip or podcast in there, and that way Lucky and I just share the proceeds from that 100%. All right, remember to like, share, smash the like button as many times as you can. Share it, comment in here. That's how we beat the algorithms with this, and we keep going and getting bigger. We're doing a great job with that. Okay, guys, I'm going to pull up the death match right here. You guys won't be able to watch it unless you watch it on a second screen, but I'll be narrating it essentially, but you'll be able to hear it, okay? So, YouTube, there we are on the screen, and play. So, at this time, you see Lucky is on the left, and Ray is on the right, I think.
Yeah, top left I was on. Yeah.
Yes. And look at how many times. Right now it's 53.5 to 53.5. It just changed. Ray was at 53.4. Now it's 3.5. Now Ray's at 3.6. Both of them at 3.6. They're tied again. We still got 30 seconds left. Ray's at 3.7. Lucky is at 3.6. And now at 3.7. Both of them at 3. Now Ray's at 8. And Lucky's system shuts down. And Ray's at 3.9. Let's see. We're gonna hang out on this video for just a second because you're gonna see the reason that his score just tanked on him. He's down to 52-1, 52, 51-9. It's going away quick. And there goes his wife running to the back. Oops, sorry.
Yeah. But the smile on your face.
Oh, the smoke pouring out of the.
We went to dinner last night, and I was riding with Wayne and Celise and Jeremy Kramer, and he goes, "I keep smelling boys."
Yeah.
I said, "Wayne, I went in and changed my clothes. I didn't have time to take a shower." I said, "That crap is in my hair." He goes, "Yeah, you were right in the middle of it. Yeah, I was holding the door up." I said, "But yeah, the smile on your face just like that, man. You couldn't wipe that off of your face."
Oh, dude. It was totally worth it, man. Like, you know, I knew going in, I was like, it's probably gonna go up in smoke, man. Get this on film, but it was worth it, man. It was worth it.
Yep. Also, before we get too much further, I want to let everybody know today is Lucky Mcgovern's birthday. Happy birthday, sir!
Thank you very much. I'm 28 years old today.
For the 7th time ish.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 44 today. 44.
Right. Cool.
You're still a youngster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't feel like it at all. I do not feel like it.
So tell us about the death match, Lucky. What on your end of it?
Man, my heart was drilling.
First time ever, right?
First time ever. Even though it was like, you know, my stuff's probably gonna go up in flames. I wasn't even able to demo it. Once I got everything all set up, I really pretty much stopped messing with it. And I was telling everybody, you know, I don't want to demo this thing. So after I'm done competing, there was a bunch of people who wanted demos. You know, I wanted my wife to hear it and friends to hear it. But once it came time for the death match, I was just like, oh, it's gonna suck because it's gonna go up in flames, but I need to do this. You know, I pulled a couple rookie moves in a couple of my runs. I had my bass amp off, which, God, it's been a long time since I've done that. So I wanted to give it my all on this. I thought I was going to get stomped really quick. I was really surprised that everything held up the way that it did and as long as it did. Another fear I had was my voltage. Like I said, I didn't have time to sit in my truck and play it more than a few seconds. I was too scared something was going to pop. So I was like, man, I hope I have enough battery to even hang with this. But, you know, so I stayed at $2,000 and it held. It was, you know, I'm at 15.9, the 15.5, 15.4. steady.
Uh-oh.
But what?
You started cutting out on us.
Mm.
Oh, where at?
You're good now.
Okay. What's the last thing you heard?
You were staying steady at the 15.9.
Yeah, I was 15.9 and it dropped down to like 15.5, 15.4. And that was one of my big concerns. I was like, man, this thing's probably gonna see 12s or 11s, you know. I was just so scared, but it held solid. And it was just a blast, dude. And I thought Ray was toying with me, you know, because here I am, I'm thinking his system's just so much bigger, and he's just giving me my little 1/10, and he'd go up a 10th, I go up a 10th. And it turned out, you know, he was giving it everything he had, you know. So I'm curious to see if my stuff didn't go up in smoke. I'm curious to know what that thing could have hit, man. I think Ray would have got me still, but by how much would have been the question.
Al Romero wants to know what battery you have now.
I got 280 amp hours of Yinlong.
There you go.
Yeah.
And one more person. Somebody said smoked piggy. That's what
Oh,
Danny
yeah.
Pedroza said.
Yeah. Yep.
And there was one more question here. Lots of happy birthdays. Oh, I wanted to mention Josh Tattoo and Smash. Dude, not bad, right? I mean, he was doing 47s for the whole death match. And
all I gotta say is anybody that gets in, man, props to them for getting in, and because you're risking your system, you know.
Truly
it's called deathmatch for a reason. I've been afraid to do it. So hey, anybody that gets in, hey, my hat's off to you, man. I salute you.
Dave Bradshaw said you're not cutting out. It's just let me see. I want to get this correct. He is just old and his voice is losing its luster.
Just tell him keep making my sandwiches and he'll be all right. Tell him keep my sandwiches coming.
So, but no, like I said, I did both of the venues. We did, I was judging over there on the East Coast and I came judging on the West Coast. And like I said, I obviously live on the West Coast. And so my affinities here on the West Coast, you know, I had Gary come out and do the barbecue, and I kind of knew people would be barbecuing and taking care of everybody all day. But just so you know, I had 15 tri-tips left over at the end of that barbecue.
We got bombarded by the drag racers out there, dude. We got bombarded. When it was time for us to go eat, that line was so long with the drag racers. Oh my gosh. Food was good. Food was good.
Did you guys intermingle with any of the drag racers that were at that venue too, or no?
I did not. I had a pretty not nice experience with a few of them, actually.
With the drag racers?
Yes, sir. They were, one of them spit dirt all over me. Yep. Came right up next to me and gunned it right when he got next to me and spit dirt. And I guess he cussed out a couple of the DB drag guys that were plenty of room to get by, plenty of room.
Right.
But started to go by and one of them yelled at one of the DB drag guys, get the F out of the way. So no, I didn't communicate with none of those guys myself.
How about you, Rob? Did any of them?
No, I never had no issues with none of them.
Right. Well, I know they invited us back next year. So
yeah.
What I do like about the venue, though, is it's at a drag strip. Who's going to complain about the noise at a drag strip? Right?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about being shut down. That's for sure.
Yeah. The camping was a great opportunity for a lot of guys, as you guys saw out there. I mean, shoot, Rob could have camped in that trailer he's got there. He could have brought some cots, stretched those suckers out, and didn't even have to stay in a hotel.
There were people out there sleeping in their trucks.
Yeah.
I think Santos and one of the other SSC guys actually slept in the trucks right there. I was like, man, dedication right there. Wake up with some sore backs. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'd be in a wheelchair the next day.
I'm old. I have to get to bed.
Absolutely. It ain't happening. Yeah.
So I'm going to answer Dave Bradshaw's, but this last time I'm going to answer it during this live feed. He asked what our entries were. So we, in the World Finals, we had 68 entries. And in for the West Coast, the East Coast had 94 entries. The East Coast did not have a 3X. We did. Our 3X was an additional 73 entries. So we did we did fairly well. I know we had 68. Dude, that's the second largest entries we've had. I would love if we can get 80 entries for the West Coast. I mean, that would be phenomenal next year. I mean, that we're
Yeah.
really only talking about 12 more entries, right? So, oh, and I got Team Gigawatt Eli from down south.
Hey, what's going on?
He just texted me and said, "Hey, let everybody know that hey, he can't watch us on the social media. He doesn't do that, so he watches it afterwards or downloads it." And hey, shout out to Gigawatt Eli. He said
Absolutely.
he'll be here next year for at least one entry.
He was
So,
a cool dude, man. I met him at Mellows. Yeah,
yes.
he's a cool guy, man. Cool
Yep.
guy.
Yep. Yeah, great people. But anyway, yeah, I just like I said, the big deal about this today was I want to get Rob on here, and Rob's respected on the East Coast, and obviously respected on the West Coast too. And so, I just wanted to get him on here and say, hey, thanks for coming out. Really
Absolutely.
appreciate you. Um, are you guys getting ready to leave? Because I can cut you loose, Rob, and Lucky
No,
and I can go.
no. I got the lights on
Okay.
because it's dark in the truck, so I just started the truck up. We're good.
Okay. I don't want to hold you up. You got a long drive ahead of you. You're trying to get to Albuquerque tonight. Gonna go meet up with Nathan Munson.
Yeah, after I leave Albuquerque, I got to stop in Albuquerque, and then I'm gonna go down and see Nathan Munson. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Those who
he's a
know
good dude.
know. So
Yeah, if you know, you know. But
yep.
yeah, he's a good dude, and I can't come by without seeing him.
That's a great thing. Hey, you don't have to. On a good note, you don't have to run by Andrew's house on the way down there because you
Lord,
just
no,
saw Andrew.
Plus he's way up there. He usually, when I come through, he'll usually come to Albuquerque.
Yeah.
And we'll have dinner. So.
Yeah.
But.
He offered that to me too when I drove through. You know. So no, and Andrew's good people. We had a couple of special guests out there. We obviously had Leslie and Gary Killian. We had Andrew McCain out there. Andrew was out showing his rings to a bunch of young people that didn't realize all that stuff. Lucky knows those rings are awesome.
Yeah.
He's
got like 30 of them.
As a matter of fact, he has 33 championships.
Oh, no shit. So I was close.
Yeah.
I'm just a wild guess. Wow.
Yes. He wore a shirt on Saturday that said 33 championships.
Jeez, man. That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Are you catching any comments in there, Lucky, that you wanted to hit?
That's what I'm going through right now. It's
So Rob, while he's looking for comments real quick, so when we asked you on the last time through here, we asked you, what's your definition of a base head? I think what you saw there in the Sacramento Raceway was a true definition of what we would consider a base head.
Absolutely.
I
mean, they eat, sleep, and live this life, and they. I'm trying to think of the right words to say. They make us see what it's actually, and help us remember what it's about and what it should be. Yep. So honored. A lot of good people, a lot of new friends.
Yep. I will tell you, I did like one of the quotes I heard from Celise. She said, I believe she said, it was DB Drag Western Conference Finals, but it was a tailgate party from Friday night till Sunday when we left.
Who was burning tires out there? Somebody burning tires out there to keep the fire going.
But yeah, so that was Celise's perspective. That it was like a tailgate party for a football game.
It was. It was exactly that. It was the feel was a party, a family party. Mm-hmm. It wasn't. It was better than a tailgate party from a football. Because those guys tend to keep separate a little bit, but this one here was like it was a free for all. Everybody got to eat, everybody got to drink, and and partake in one thing or the other, and it was man, it is something that I'll remember forever.
So, are you catching any of the comments that you would like to pull up?
Yeah. I mean, just people commenting, good turnout and everything. Let's see here. I got to keep scrolling up and down because they don't come in an exact order. So I got to go up and down with them. One thing that we did talk about earlier, if you want to get into it or talk about it, was like the rules that we were talking about.
Yeah.
So Joseph Riney was one of the dudes from DC that I guess couldn't compete because of the way his system was set up. So when we talked earlier,
yep.
How did that all play out?
So what it came down to is my interpretation of the rules and the other judges' interpretation of the rules when we got together, which is part of what this whole thing is, right? When you have all the judges in one location at one time, it makes it easier. We had differences of opinion on how to do the mic jig placement.
Right.
The way I was doing it was the way we decided to do it in 2005. We came up with here's our method across the board. We're going to do this. And so that's how I was doing it. Other judges were doing it other ways. Well, the East Coast, they marked all the cars a different way than I was doing it, where they put the mic jig on the A-pillar and then moved it to the windshield. Where back when I started and when we did an initial, hey, everybody, this is how we're doing mic jigs, it had to be parallel to the windshield and off the A-pillar. So it might move somebody's spot out 2 inches further than what it was there. So that was one thing that was slightly different. But because we judged the East Coast with it just sliding up against the window, that we can't change that. We have to judge everybody equally. So that was one thing. Joseph Riney's. The rule that was argued to me was you cannot modify the interior of the vehicle to accommodate the sound system for his street stock class. Well, I believe in my interpretation what he had was just fine. All the judges as a group got together. I espoused my opinion on it. Another judge espoused his opinion on it. And when the consensus was done, we deemed that his port sticking up through his rear deck was not a legal install. So he had to cut his port down, and then he was able to compete. And he did that, and he still did fairly well.
Oh, so he did end up cutting the port down. He did still compete.
He absolutely did, 100%.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, well, that's good.
So, like I said, the advantage of doing it like we're doing it right now is that all of the judges are in one place at one time, and we can judge a car as a group and come to a consensus that this is okay. Another big thing that came up was Steve Willis's Samurai, right?
Okay.
So people back east, they really don't like that Samurai. And it's mostly because they haven't seen it, right? I'm not a big fan of Terras, right? Those freaking Panda Terra things. But for me to judge one, by the way, Lucky Ray's trying to get your attention. So we, just because I'm not a fan of it doesn't mean I can't judge the car appropriately. So I look at those cars. Hey, you know what? They are within the rule book, and the judges came over here, looked inside that Steve Willis's Samurai, and go, I can't see anything wrong with it. So hopefully that dispels people's problems with those vehicles. You know.
Yeah, like Dave Bradshaw right now says, I think Wayne needs to get you all together and standardize the rules.
The rules are very standardized.
So
go ahead.
Yeah, just there's a lot of gray areas, and I haven't even really dissected them like that. You know what I mean? But from the ones that I started going through, just like the Mike Jig and all that stuff, it's 12-4. And even Rob Collar, when I pulled into the incriminator booth, and he's like, your mark is off, and I'm like, no, it's not. That's where it's been all year. And he's like, no, it's not. I bet it's right about. And he put his finger right there, just put his finger on. And next thing you know, that's right where it was at. And I go, no, watch when we go up there. It's where it's supposed to be. And sure as shit, we get over there, and it's where he marked it. So, from 12-4, I was under the impression that it's from the A pillar, the furthest out, it sticks out the furthest from there over 12 inches, and then 4 inches from the highest part of the dash. Well, that's not but it doesn't state that in the rules. It just says 12 inches, 12-4. 12 off the A pillar, 4 from the dash. So I mean, personally, I think that stuff needs to be more black and white and held from the beginning to the end. There's no reason that we test certain ways for a year, and then we go do our runs, and hey, this has changed, or now we need to do this, that, or the other.
So go ahead, Rob.
The way Doug was doing it is the way we've been doing it. This came, I don't know if it was Ray Choi or where it came from, and it's not a bad thing by any means, but when he was doing it in my truck, I'm like, what are you doing? Him, and I think it was him and Wyatt, I think, and he says, this is the way we're going to do it. So until Alabama finals, East Coast finals, we were doing it the same way Doug and you guys were doing it. The only reason I knew yours was going to be different is because I just went through it.
Right. Yeah, and that's what you said. Yeah.
Yep. And then the thing about it is, you made a comment about the gray areas of the rules. Unfortunately, and this is a competitor, the more you try to close up a gray area, the more gray area you're going to cause, I think. That's my opinion.
Okay.
So here's the thing. When I started in DB Drag 99, our rule book was 6 pages long. 6.
Yeah.
We were 26 this last year. So what happens is somebody finds a gray area, and we look at those rules and we're like, there's no way somebody's going to get gray here. And here's where it is. In DB Drag, I don't know about other organizations because I'm not a judge in them. The DB Drag competitors that we have, in general, the top guys, they're smart as hell. And if they aren't, they get help from people that are smart as hell. And so they start reading. I mean, like RP. Look what RP's doing with the rules right now. RP is stretching those rules thin as hell. But there's nothing I can say that makes the car illegal. Right? So when we do our rule changes, we'll clarify stuff or whatever we got to do to make it as standardized as we can. And Rob, do you compete in any other organizations?
Yes, I do Mecca and IASCA also.
Okay. And how I like I said, I don't do other things, but I feel that our organization as DB Drag, we tend to be more cohesive in our rulings than other organizations. I don't know that to be true or not.
Yeah, you don't see gray areas being exploited as much, and that I see in Mecca and IASCA, but there's reasons for that besides just their rules. And this not taking nothing away from no other organization, but anybody, DB Drag is the elite organization. So they are going to pick your rules apart. And I love Hank and RP and those guys, but if you want to find a gray area to exploit, call them, because those guys are smart. They will find a way to get that gray area. Those guys are smart up there. They don't play around.
Yep. And that's really what it is, right? Is we do have some really smart guys that are involved, and they will find that little tiny crack and freaking dig into it until they open that sucker up. And that's really what it is. But I will tell you, Ray and I have had a pretty decent discussion. We're gonna put together a handful of videos. One for how to put a mic placement, and we're not gonna hide these and make these only to judges. But we're gonna open it up to. I mean, we're just gonna put it on YouTube so all the competitors can see it, right?
Yeah.
And that way they can have a really good representation of what we will do when we come to judge your vehicle at a 3X. That's what we'll make these videos. These videos will be a 3X level judging for for different types of vehicles. So we're hoping to make about 8 to 10 videos. Because vans are different than Tahoes. Hey, that's the other thing. How many Tahoes do you see out east versus out here? Everybody has a Tahoe out here, huh?
Yeah. It is the Suburbans, the Tahoes, the Yukons are really pretty dominant in music builds. To be honest with you.
Yep.
Everywhere.
Yeah, out there. Oh
Okay.
yeah. I've got a local guy that's got it's an Escalade, the long version. He calls it the Nendolade, and this thing is just stupid. He's got each side back door has got 10. It's got 8 pins in it, and yes, no, you guys really need to come out and see what they're doing down in Florida, because I hate stunt walls, but these guys have doors from hell.
Oh yeah.
Matthew Waggle is a friend of mine. He's got beautiful Escalade, all crescendo in it, and this thing is stupid loud. I mean, overall loud. That's the one thing I did notice different. Y'all have doors and stuff. I've seen a lot of that, but man, these guys over in Florida, especially in Florida, holy crap! It's just like, I mean, 3,000 watts a door.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3,000 watts. Yes.
3,000 watts a door, and it's cool. But to be honest with you, we chased them away from the real SPL guys because they want a demo and we're trying to test. And that's one thing that'll get a old school SPL guy wound up real quick, is you come by and start demoing next to him when he's working on his vehicle.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like I said, the big deal is that's part of the great part of the way we did finals this year. All the judges look at the cars back east, because honestly, the judge may have missed something all year just because he doesn't see it. And then the judges from the east came west and looked at stuff that me or Chemo may have missed all year, or Jeffrey, right? So it's an opportunity for us to look at the cars we don't see all the time, and we get a fresh set of eyes on it. And I think it actually, in the end, makes our organization the more of the top level. It's it helps to add consistency, and like I said, whenever you look at something with a fresh pair of eyes, you're going to see something potentially that somebody that's looking at it. I mean, I may have looked at Lucky's car how many times this year? 30 times.
More than 2.
Yeah. And so when you look at things so many times, you tend to be blind to some things. Not that you ever try to hide anything. They didn't even have questions about your car when you went through the lane, right? So, but that doesn't mean when I've looked at your car so many times. And then the other thing is, when you look at a car so many times and the guy comes back in the lanes, you might not look at it as hard as you looked at it the last time, because, but you don't know if they switched anything, right? So, I mean, those are some of the things, but we as judges, we're working that out, and we are getting better for it. Longevity of judges. I mean, you got me at 21 years. You got Ray at like 22 years or something like that. You got Jeremy Creamer. I think he's been doing it like 12 or 14. Jeffrey's been doing it 10 years or something like that. So, you have longevity of the judges that go year after year and meeting and going over these rules and seeing these high-end competitive vehicles. just makes us better as a staff overall. And that's really the goal we're going to.
Yeah. I think the only thing that I could think of that would also might help you guys is I think that DB Drag needs to come up with a competitor panel, 5, 7, odd number of guys or girls, with one person kind of in charge that can take things to the judges as a whole, and just so you guys can't always see and hear what we see and hear.
Right.
If we had some kind of panel like that, that might take a lot of confusion and some headaches away, for you guys. Not that we have any kind of pool, but just a panel of people that really care about DB Drag and want to truly make it better. I say that would be a big move. I know it's been talked about before, but it really would be a good move.
We actually have done that twice that I'm aware of. As a competitor, I was involved with one back in either 2000 or 99. And then I believe we did that again in like 2007 or 2008. And it was really cool, and I thought it was working good, but everybody involved, it dissolved so quickly. It was a good way to go through the rules during the rules part of the year, but as soon as we were done with rules, the whole thing dissolved. Just people stopped talking about it. We have a judges forum, and that judges forum is almost dead. And I'm not saying I don't know how to put this correctly, but you'll very rarely get a judge to answer a question on social media.
And they should.
So number one thing I will tell everybody right now is we don't do internet judging. If you call me and say, Jeremy Creamer did this and this and this, you know what I'm going to say? Was he your judge? Yes? All right. Then that must have been what was going on then. I wasn't there. I can't make a judgment on that. Just like Jeremy Creamer can't make a judgment on what I'm doing. Ray Choi can't make a judgment on what I'm doing. Now, I will tell you, if somebody calls them in questions, most likely we talk. During the season, I bet you I talked to Ray probably 25 times since May about, hey, these are ruling questions we're looking at. So, hey, if you message one of us and don't get the answer you like, and then message another one of us, first thing we do is we go, oh yeah, that was Rob Kollar, huh? Yeah, I already told him the answer.
Yeah.
So
I'll ask one, and because I know that you guys communicate.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I've sent Creamer, asked him questions about my truck because I want it to be legit. And I would tell him, don't give me an answer, get an answer from the panel, because I want to make sure if I go to Canada, Ray's going to look at me and look, what are you doing, dude? It's got to be this way. So I'd rather you all know about it. That way I don't have no headaches.
And another thing, just so you guys aren't afraid or whatever, when, say, Rob sends Creamer something, Creamer say, hey, I have a competitor. Here's a couple pictures, or he's asking this question. What's your thoughts? And he won't even tell me who the competitor is, because we as judges, as I believe I've told Rob about, but I know I've told Lucky about it. You guys heard me talk about it on this show. I couldn't tell you. I know Rob's 1-2 champion just because I was yelling it on the mic yesterday. I know because I was talking to him this weekend, and I'm friends with the guy, with Nick from Incriminator. Only reason I know he runs Incriminator. I couldn't tell you if his woofers are stacked on top of each other. I couldn't tell you if they're side by side. I couldn't tell you if he's running a fourth order or if he's running a wall right behind his B-pillar. I honestly couldn't tell you about that. And he was just doing a 69.8 or whatever here on the West Coast, right? So I don't look at people's things because I don't want to be accused of being able to share secrets with someone else if that is a problem for them, right? I'll look in a Panda. You can ask me all the questions you want about a car I looked in. I won't know the answers because I am looking for how many woofers do you have. I don't care what brand they are. I don't care their orientation. I care, is it 13 inches from the ceiling? Is the box 30 inches tall or less? Those are all. I mean, that's it. Do you have the proper amount of conductors? I don't care how many batteries you have. I don't care what kind of batteries you have. I don't care what subs you have. I don't care what amps you have. None of that means zero to me. All I care about the things that affect what I do. Woofers, connectors, voltage, box height, functionality of the vehicle. And I can tell you that about anybody's car, though. Yes, his voltage is good. Yeah, his box is not over 30 inches. I don't know if it's 24 or if it's 29 3/4 of an inch. I don't know, but it's not over 30, right? So, whoa.
What do you got going on over there, Doug?
Siri's yelling at. Oh, my Siri watch is yelling at me.
Focus on the task at hand.
So, but anyway, yeah, no, like I said,
and shout out to Gracie too.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about her.
Didn't bring her up.
Yeah.
Big shout out to her. Awesome meeting her and her dad. Had some good runs, so big shout out to her. It was good to meet them too.
Yeah, and that's another thing, the West Coast guys. Hey, she was flying out here. We got her a truck.
That big old monster truck too,
yeah.
Man.
Hey, first time she's ever driven a truck. First time she's ever driven a diesel. First time she's ever been on a plane. First time out of Tennessee.
Yeah.
She did awesome.
She did awesome, dude. Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
She was telling me, she's like, I'm so afraid to drive that truck. And I told her, I said, well, just have somebody drive it up for you and you just walk up and compete. Nope. She drove all the way up in there and drove out. And yeah, she was awesome, dude. It was,
Hey guys, I'm going to have to get off here.
No, we appreciate your time. But
we're
anyway,
coming up on our hour anyway.
Yeah. So, hey, have a safe drive, sir. And we really appreciate coming on, talking about your experiences here, share them with everybody. If you guys ever have a question about wanting to compete or you're on the fence whether to go to a show or not, what do you say, Rob?
Oh yeah, just do it. It's a extended family. You'll love it. Just do it.
Yep. All right, Rob. We're gonna switch to 2-person now.
Much appreciate it.
Just exit off on your own there, sir. So hey.
All right, guys.
We'll see you around.
Rob.
Keep talking.
All right, buddy. Y'all take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Oops. Oh, he hasn't shut out yet. There he goes.
All right.
Cool. So anyway, yeah, we just like I said, we wanted to talk about a little bit the Gracie did a great job. People from Tennessee really wanted to get Rob's perspective, being he came all the way from the East Coast. I think that was awesome. Everybody we met from the West Coast, everybody we met from the East Coast that came out here, great people too, right? Not only were we hospitable to them, I think they were, let me in, Doug, Steve Willis.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's somebody we can absolutely bring on sometime. I mean, we're right at our hour right now, so we wouldn't pull you in right now, Steve, because we would rather have a little longer talk with you about your build and about your stuff. I mean, it's very cool what you do there. Looking forward, we have Toys for Tots events coming up. Iasca, California just released a tentative schedule. There was also that other one. What was going on? SEMA? Why would they be calling you right now?
It's like before we even went live, everybody, I'm like, dude, people know we do a podcast 6 o'clock Mondays, and that's when people call my phone, DM me, everything.
This is 33 weeks in a row. It hasn't changed.
It's my birthday today.
I know it is.
Dude, since morning all the way up till now, it's been nonstop. I appreciate it though. Appreciate it, everybody. I really appreciate it. So
absolutely.
Anyway.
All right. Once again, we got tips for the host. It's Venmo at SonicFX, SONICFX, all one word. Cash App, $SonicFX, all one word. SONICFX. Smash that like button, comment, and share it. Even if you're watching this on YouTube, iHeartRadio, any of those things, please like, share, whatever, comment on those things. It helps move us up in the algorithms. If you search Car Audio Podcast now on iHeart and different streaming, we're the number 2 on that search. So let's see if we can't get up to number 1. That would be freaking awesome. Because right now, number 1 is a song called Car Audio something or other. So I would love to overtake that song.
Also,
Yes,
go
sir.
to my YouTube channel if you guys want to see the whole footage of the 5-minute death match.
Oh, yeah.
Go to Lucky Mcgovern, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. I uploaded it. There's 2 of them on there. One has a thumbnail picture, and the other one shows some people holding the screen. It's the same video, just one of them has a thumbnail picture. But it was a really, really fun run. I had a blast, and you'll be able to see the whole footage. So get on there and check it out. So I got somebody who obviously,
is it your wife?
No. No.
All right. Anyway, so we do have the Toys for Tots coming up. Hit Ray Pimley up on the West Coast for some of the Iasca events. I saw him post this earlier today. I believe wholeheartedly that if we increase one organization, it increases all the organizations equally. It's always a great thing. Hopefully we have some more, great things coming up. I do know, I just hearing Steve Willis, he wants to come on. We're definitely going to possibly do a Steve Willis podcast coming up. I will do that. I also have, what's that guy's name, Lucky? The one who keeps beating you at points?
Oh, Daryl Colley. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So Daryl and his daughter want to come on. We have Kyle and Chris from Flex Issues scheduled to come on. So those are some of the people we got coming on. I do.
Oh, Kyle Rhodes from Flex Issues coming on.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
With his son, Chris.
Awesome with Chris. Yes.
I told Kyle he's not good enough to come on by himself, but him and his son.
Chris. Yeah, definitely, dude. Awesome people.
Chris,
Definitely.
Chris, great people. I do look at the podcast information. So the people downloading, number 1 obviously is California. Number 2 on the audio only downloads is New York. So if you guys know somebody out in the East Coast that you think would be great for our podcast, then let's absolutely bring them on. We want to share their world too. That's why we bring on Rob Kollar. We bring on Dan Horner. We want to hit people from all over. We might even bring on the guy from Texas, Mel Valdez. I mean, world champion, right? We might bring him on. All right, what are you looking at?
Just some of the
comments. Smile.
Just some of the comments in here. Jose Ramos is saying he's going to start calling my phone. Yeah, there's just some of the comments. Interrupt the live. I was trying to like some of them, but I don't know how to do it. I've been pushing it on there.
All right, guys. All right, Lucky. Any last thoughts on the World Finals and the weekend?
Dude, it was a blast, man. I had a blast. Like I said, my favorite things that I was involved in was watching Kris Jenner and Angelo's run. I think that was by far the best runs that I've seen in the almost 3.5 years that I've been competing. I mean, holding the 9-9 as long as they did. It wasn't the fact that they were just tying.
Yep.
It was the fact that they were risking it and leaving it at that 9-9 for so long. I mean, and I told Chris right when we got there, man, I said, you're going to get a ring, bro. I knew it. I just knew it. And he's like, I don't know, man. I said, you'll be going home with the ring. And he got it.
Chris is a solid competitor.
Hey, Chris plays under pressure, man.
Yep.
Under pressure. And that's what it takes. I've seen some really, really, really good base racers, top doggers and all that. And as soon as they get, including myself, happened this weekend, buckled under pressure. You know what I mean? But Chris, he stays steady no matter what. I don't know that I've seen that guy choke yet. I don't know if I've even seen it. Yeah. And I knew going in, I was like, man, it's going to come down with that guy right there for sure. So
no, everybody knew Chris is on point. One of the suggestions here for a person to come on with us would be Jimbo.
Jimbo, absolutely.
Get him
on.
We know we'll have Gracie watching at least.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you're right.
but no, that's Jimbo. He's same age as my son. He's 20 years old, rolling up on 21. He was born in 2000. We found out when we were out to dinner. Um, he travels the world with his dad. Looks at DB
That's so
drag cars
awesome.
all over the place. Um, that's uh, you know, Ray's got 6 kids, and the ability for him to take his son around the world to see places and meet people. I'm sure he enjoys it and knows it and all that stuff. But right now, I think he's too young to realize what an advantage that is for him to have a
Yeah.
dad
Yep.
that can and will do that for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's freaking awesome. Ray's a great guy. He's one of our, uh, you know, he's one of our long-standing great judges, and that's all I can say about that. It's great. Um, anyway, for me, World Finals, it was a long weekend, pretty stressful. I had to, taking care of a lot of stuff personally with the getting the barbecue ready. It's kind of, I take ownership of the show. So I, search out the venue. I make the deals. I get the stuff delivered, all that stuff, and spend a lot of time, in the months rolling up to World Finals. And, but I 100% absolutely do it for you guys as the competitors. Guys want you guys to have an opportunity to compete at the World Finals level. And, definitely when you guys see that, like Rob Collar and Dan, I mean, dude, those guys have been doing this a long time. And I I was so happy that they were coming out here. I mean, I can't express it to you guys enough. The thing is, yeah, we only have a handful of the top guys in the world, but you take out their 6, 7 guys that are just the insane purpose-built vehicles, and you guys are just as loud. I mean, you have just the same passion as those top guys.
Yeah. Yep.
And I was so happy that Rob and Dan were coming out here. They're respected on the East Coast, Midwest, really respected guys. And they came out here and they saw what you guys did and just realized that it's not just, it's not that you guys aren't loud, because you guys are loud as hell. You guys just have a different goal than they do. Not that the ring is a different goal, but you guys want to drive your cars home from the show in general.
It's that Cali thing, man.
It is.
Yep. Listening to loud music versus, just getting that burp out of it or whatever.
Yep.
That's why I always like to ask people what the definition of a bass head is, and what got them into car audio,
Right.
So, but out here, somebody made the comment as a joke. There was this whole East Coast, West Coast, like back and forth thing today on Facebook, and somebody made the comment, that about who's louder or whatever. Somebody said, "Well, this is Cali. It's like Tigra and Bonnie. We like the boom or whatever, because we out here we're listening to rap and the bass and all that stuff, So there's a good little back and forth going.
Cool.
I didn't chime in. Had to stay out of all that. Try my best to stay out of it.
Yeah. And then I'm just saying, Dan Horner goes, so the wacky weed's legal in California, right?
The wacky tobacco, smoking the devil's lettuce.
And he goes, man, I need to get some stuff welded up. I said, well, you like the wacky tobacco and you need a welder. Let me introduce you to Moses.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, like I said, if you guys are out there, you're on the fence, want to even come to a show, see what it is. But I promise you, if you participate in the show, it will put you in a different mind frame of what we do, and you will love what we're doing. The passion is contagious. I think that 100%.
Yep. You get bit by the bug. Out of the 3.5 years I've been doing this, I think I've only seen maybe maybe 5 or 6 people that competed and haven't seen them again. And that's very little, 3.5 years, 5, 6 people compete and not come back. Outside of that, everybody that comes, they're hooked.
Yep. Okay, guys, real quick. I remember, check us out. Tips for the host. You can do that Venmo at SonicFX, or at sign SonicFX, Cash App, $ SonicFX, all one word. If you want to do it, make sure you put tip or podcast, and I share that money with Lucky. So if you're on the audio only, so give me an hour or so, I'll put the audio only links up. You can check us out audio only, download those things, smash the like button, comment, share this with as many people as you can. We want this to grow and grow. We want to share what we do with the rest of the world. I don't have PayPal, so go ahead, Lucky.
Before we jump off here, Justin Stolman, thank you so much. I know he's been bumping in here, and I think I've been skipping over him. Stayed up till 3:30 in the morning prepping the tri-tip. Was a lot of work, but I knew the importance of the event. I slept great last night. Didn't get much sleep Saturday night since I was back in Sac Sunday. So a big shout out to him.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah, appreciate it, Stolman.
Shout out to you.
All right, guys.
Okay.
I'm going to hit the outro here, but hey, thanks for coming in. Tune in with us next week at 6 p.m. California time every Monday night. I hit that a couple of times at the DB Drag World Finals. Hopefully they guys caught it. But you guys check us out every Monday night, 6 p.m. on Sonic FX on Facebook. If you guys would, please like, share, and join my YouTube page. I need to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm only at 200. And that is Sonic FX Doug, all one word. That's where I put all these videos up. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next Monday.
I'm going to go hit this beach and get a tan, man. You guys take it easy.
We'll see you guys next Monday. We are out of here.